Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Andrew, and this is going to show you how to create a village from scratch with just nothing. So we don't need any of these villages. We don't need anything crazy like that. So let's get right into it. So first thing we got to do is we need to track down two zombie villagers. If you have a village around you, you can just grab two villagers from there. But we're gonna assume you don't have a village, just for simplicity's sake. So just get two zombie villagers, get them trapped. You don't have to get them trapped fancy like this or anything. You can just get them under cover and keep them, enclosed. If you do walk out of the radius of them, though, they will despawn and you will have to find more. So try to do this as soon as you are able to get them trapped. So we need two things to change these guys over. We need a splash potion of weakness and a golden apple. So golden apple's pretty simple. Just gold around an apple. It's something new, and that will give you a golden apple. And you also need a splash potion of weakness. So to get that, you need a mushroom, sugar, and spider eye. Mix them together just like this. You get a fermented spider eye. So then you slap that inside of a brewing stand with a bottle of water, and you get a potion of weakness, but you can only drink. So one more thing, you just add gunpowder in there, and it turns into a splash potion. So then you just give each one of those. I think I got them both. Yep. You see the little particle effects going around. So then you feed them each one golden apple, and you can see their particles will turn red. So those guys take about 3 minutes or so to get taken care of, and they will, turn to a normal villager. So run over here. Real quick to explain, a village is pretty much this. So really all you need for a village are 30 enclosed doors, which you can make as simple as this little guy. You can make full-on houses if you want to. It's not necessary. You can just do this much, and that's enough for a village. And then give them some beds to sleep in, and these are profession tables, which we'll cover in just a second. So professions are chosen by these tables. There are 13 different ones. So you have things like a lectern, a loom, a barrel, a smoker, blast furnace, cartography table, a fletching table, grindstone, stone cutters, smithing tables, a composter, cauldron, and finally a brewing stand. So those are the 13 different types of professions a villager can have. Let's just fix this time real fast. And this will employ the villagers. So instead of just having random trades like they used to in the previous version of Minecraft, now they have their own fleshed out, professions per thing. So some, you can interact with most tables like this, but some, like a fletching table, you just can't open up. It just doesn't work for, players. It only works for these NPCs. So the way these tables work is once you have something set up like this is a lectern right here, they will assume the role of that. So these are our two villagers from over there. You get them inside of like your village. I had them corralled just for simplicity's sake, but you can let them roam free. That they stay inside of the village for the most part. So from what I've seen, you need at least 3 doors for a village to count as a village, and for villagers to be willing, 3 or 3.5 things have to be in order for that to work. So they have to be employed, because if they're not employed, they don't have time to breed, if that makes sense. So employed villagers and unemployed villagers have different schedules are the best word for it. So at time 0 and time 11,000, they have time for breeding if they can find someone else who is willing to breed. So to become willing to breed, we have to be in that schedule. They have to have enough beds for the kid to stay in, which I've noticed 4 is the minimum. You can't have just one extra bed. And they need food. And those are all the requirements. If they meet all those requirements, they will start breeding. The one caveat is if a villager dies, they're kind of out of the mood for like 3 minutes, I believe. So there are 4 different types of food they can have to breed. You either need 3 pieces of bread, 12 carrots, 12 potatoes, or 12 beetroots. So I'm just gonna give them all to this one guy. Okay, he's not even interested. He'll come get it all. So then what villagers do is they start sharing with each other. Let me make the rest fall onto them. They're really bad about picking this crap up. It's kind of annoying, honestly. Wow. Okay, you want to just pick this up, bud? You know, there we go. So once they have that in their inventory, they will share with each other to make sure everyone has enough food, just to try to convince everyone to be willing. So we'll change it back to 0 because now it's time for them to, you know, quote unquote breed again. So they'll look at each other. You gotta give them a little bit of space. And they'll give food to each other. And they'll look at each other. Like this is like their first date. Okay, they're just not into it. And okay, I guess that went badly. But you do that, you let them breed, and they will sprout a kid eventually. Actually, they usually start breeding fairly quickly. I'm kind of surprised actually. Try to change it back to times 0 again. There we go. So now they're sharing food with each other. They usually throw a lot of food in the ground. So here they are breeding. Fairly straightforward. Give them a couple seconds, like, you know, takes time. Just kind of look away a bit, but like kind of peek still. There we go. And there's our kid. Our kid takes 20 minutes to become an adult, and he, you know, he will be unemployed when he grows up, unless he has a, you know, a profession table with him. So looms are the cheapest ones to make. They only cost 2 string and 2 wood each. And so this kid will now be a loomist or something, whatever you call someone who uses a loom. And that's the village. You can add more beds, like I believe infinitely. You don't need many more doors to make a village bigger though. Put like some doors, like say like over here. Put them over here, and it just makes the radius of the village bigger, so you can keep more beds. So to show you what, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you have to feed these villagers, and that's a hassle. And this isn't self-sustained because you had to go out and get food. So if we come over here, we have the exact same setup chilling and going on over here. You know, same set of beds, same doors. But instead, we have a composter and some looms. So the reason we have a composter is these farmers. They will just grow all this wheat. We do have a water source under here for the wheat to stay good and, you know, good to go. But the farmer will actually harvest the wheat and replant, and he will even turn the wheat into bread. That way, you know, they can eat. And once he has enough wheat, this does take a little bit to get going, but once he has enough wheat and everything, he will give give bread to, you know, his friend, and then they will breed and they'll make more babies. And this is self-contained, and it'll keep going until there is a iron golem spawning, you know, to protect the village, and it just goes up from there. One big caveat to having a village around you, though, is pillagers will start to spawn around you, and they will like go on raiding parties and everything. I can do another video on that in the future if anyone's interested, but pillagers will start to spawn around you if there's a village nearby. So keep that in mind. That's really everything you need to know about villagers. Everything's covered. You know, so from scratch you can make all this. Really, the hardest thing you need to find is a brewing stand, which if you can get lucky and find one in an existing village, you could just go to the Nether and grab one from a blaze spawner. And really, that's about it. My name's Andrew. All links will be down in the description for my social media like Twitter, Twitch. You're already on YouTube, so you already know where to go there. But again, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll try to upload every week. And in case you miss any live streams that I do, they will be uploaded to the channel as well. So you can go back and watch those if you missed anything. But thanks for watching. Bye.